everyone! So March is over. What is happening? I feel like time is not stopping and I'm having a big issue with this because like how are you telling me that we're already in April? Like 2025 just started. Like I just remember celebrating New Year's Eve. But anyways, so I thought this would be a really interesting video to kind of elicit some reflection, to kind of just see, like what was this month really like? I have my highlights and then I have my lessons also noted down just so I can see like, what was March? And just see like, okay, did I grow? Did I not grow? Like, what's happening? So let's get to it. So March, it was a very deep month. I feel like this was just one of those months that a lot happened, but I was not really sure exactly what happened, basically. First things first, Ramadan. I think it was a big month because Ramadan was there start to finish, literally. Like it started March 1st and it ended on March 30th or 31st, depending on where you are. And that is just so crazy to me because like the whole month was just that. Ramadan is always a time for me to reflect and understand who I am as a person, like am I temperamental, which usually I find out that I am, and I usually find out that I'm impatient, and you find those things and then you work on them and you become a better human being, and this is aside from the spirituality as well, of course. So I feel like this Ramadan I did become a calmer person. I don't know, like maybe my friends and family can attest to more of that, but in terms of calmer, I mean I started letting things go, like I started thinking like, okay, is this something that I need to get so worked up over, because I am a professional overthinker. I love overthinking. I don't know what it is. I just go into that slippery hole. I go into that like abyss of just like, oh my gosh, what if this, what if that, what if this happens, So I'm sure a lot of you can relate. I realized like, okay, is this in my control? Is it not in my control? Because that is kind of a Muslim principle that we use, and that, it's like kind of advised that, okay, you should try to develop that. So I was in the process of developing that, and I was thinking like, okay, do I really need to worry about this? Is this something that I can do? Is there something I can do to this one thing? Like, for example, if I had to give an exam, which I did, I had to give tons of exams in March, I would think, okay, what can I really do? What is in my control to make sure I do well on this exam? And it was studying and making sure I worked hard, put in my best efforts, right? And then it's not in my control. Then it's just like, okay, you're just gonna let it be. You get what you get, and then if it's something bad, you see what you did wrong and you move on. If it's something good, then that's great. You'll be like happy anyways, right? So I started practicing that more, where like I would work hard for an exam or an assignment or something, and then I just let it be once I've done it, because I know that I've put my best effort and I've put my best foot forward. So I think in terms of that trust and that spirituality, definitely it's gotten better, and that kind of like, okay, it is what it is. I am someone who believes that everything happens for a reason. So I started practicing that more. That, okay, everything happens for a reason, it's fine. And I don't know if you've noticed, Eid happened. So Eid was honestly really hectic because it was actually on a Sunday, and like I celebrated it on Sunday, and like you can already see like this is it. I love Eid because of henna. Like henna is literally, it's not just pretty, like for me it's kind of like, it reminds me of festive, like we're kind of that culture that puts henna in all festive occasions. I love it so much. And also there's something nostalgic about it. As a kid I've always loved henna. I've always thought it was so glamorous, you would just like put it, wait for it to dry, and I love it. It was hectic because I celebrated it on a Sunday. On Saturday night there were many events. I had a bunch of my friends come over. We baked a cake because why not? And we went to this like event where usually they sell, we call it an Eid Mila, but basically a lot of people sell like jewelry, clothes, people do henna, and it's like this huge event that literally like everyone's just walking around doing their thing. It is a little chaotic and it is a little overstimulating, I will say that. But you know, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun because I was with my friends and we were having like a good time. Eid's also really fun because on Eid you're actually supposed to wear new clothes. So you know what, like I don't know, maybe you've seen it on social media where girls are like, okay, I need to go, I need to get my Eid dress, I need to decide what I want to wear. So it's literally like that where you're just kind of like, what am I gonna wear? Like honestly, what I decided what I was gonna wear in December, and that is still like fine. People decide like 6 months before or like a year before because it's just such a like amazing time. Like a lot of people call it the Muslim Met Gala, and honestly I agree, it is literally that, because part of the excitement is seeing what you're wearing and what other people are wearing. Like, oh, I really love that, maybe next Eid I want to go for something like that. Oh, that color is so pretty, I want that, you know? Like it's kind of like that, and I think that's part of the appeal, especially for women, where we're just like, okay, what are we gonna wear, what jewelry are we gonna wear, because like jewelry is so amazing. Like earrings and jewelries and bangles and like shoes, even like heels and you know other shoes, like it's a huge event. And I love Eid so much. It's literally the Muslim Christmas. We love it. But aside from Eid and Ramadan, I do want to say I think March has been a very pivotal time in terms of content creation. Now it's not like, okay, you know, I had a video go viral or something like that, but actually it's YouTube related. This is the first month, the first entire month where I posted consistently, and honestly that's a huge deal for me. I have been wanting to do YouTube like this for such a long time, and for me it's just kind of like I never thought it was possible because I had school, I had work, I had like my own personal life going around, and you know, Instagram, TikTok, all that was already going on. So YouTube used to always get the brunt of it. YouTube used to always kind of follow the wagon, where I used to be like, oh, it's fine, I won't post this week, or no, like it's fine, I'll delay filming, you know? This was the first month that I feel like I did everything on time, and especially considering the fact that I started posting twice a week. So I do think that that is a huge deal for me. Like it is something that honestly I am really proud of myself for keeping up with. It's just that YouTube's been such a dream. It has been kind of like, I've always wanted to set up a camera and just start filming and do random stuff and do what I want to do, and that is just like crazy to me that I have come to this point. And now that I've started posting consistently, that now I feel like, okay, I can do it, I know how to do it, I just need to keep going, you know? I need to keep at it and just go with the flow. And then the last highlight of this month, you know, I haven't talked about that much. Maybe in my last video I talked about it, but I have actually started a podcast with my aunt. So this is something, again, like I know I say that, oh, like I know I say for a lot of things that I never thought I like oh, this is something I never thought I would do. But seriously, like a podcast was not in the book. Like YouTube was always in the books. I started a podcast with my aunt. It's called Generation Connection, and basically it's kind of around the point that, oh, I'm a Gen Z and she's a millennial, and we share our perspectives on different topics, and we see like, okay, do we agree, do we disagree, what is the conversation, what should the conversation be, and all of that stuff. So you know what, I think it's gonna be super interesting. I think 2 episodes should be up by now, so maybe go check that out. I'll put a link in the description. I will put the username up here for you guys to see and for you guys to enjoy. But I think this was like a huge milestone because, like, you know, I don't really know anyone that started a podcast, and there was like zero guidance, and we were just kind of doing our thing, and I'm just so happy that now it's finally come to be. We've been talking about this since like October, so to see it come to life is honestly something like, you know when you're like trying to do something and you just think like you're planning for something and you think like, okay, there's a very little chance that it'll come true, there's a very little chance that, okay, maybe I might not be able to do this, and you never really see it coming, you know? You just kind of imagine it, and it's so like it's in your imagination, so you're not able to like actually think that, okay, it can come true. And I don't know if I'm making sense, but that was literally me with this podcast, where I was just like planning it, I was planning episodes, and like we were talking about it and coordinating and finding out the name and all that stuff. You know, like I started loving the process of that so much that I never really thought that, okay, this would actually come to life. I think you should go check it out. I think you will enjoy. We're on YouTube, Spotify, We're on Instagram and TikTok where we post some short reels to, you know, kind of preview the episodes. I hope you enjoy. Let me know how you like it. Okay, lessons learned. Because of so many things happening, and honestly, like, I feel like these things, they're a lot for a month. Like, in 1 month, like, it's unnatural for me to, like, experience all of these things all in 1 month. I did learn quite a few lessons from all of these things. So here it is. Number 1, trust the process, but make sure you do the work in between. So I know we say enjoy the journey, trust the process. It'll happen if it needs to happen. Like, if it's meant to be, it'll be, you know? Yes, I agree, 110%. But you have to put in the work. I think we kind of negate that fact. I think we romanticize things so much that we forget that, okay, we actually have to put in the work. We have to put in the hours. There will be times where you'll be in a rut, you know? Like, that's so normal. That is so normal. But the successes are so much sweeter than that. So just keep at it, you know? You are gonna go down a path, whatever it may be, where a lot of people have not been able to continue, you know? You need to make sure that at the points that people usually give up, you keep going. You keep doing the thing, you know? Like, if, for example, social media, I typically get discouraged if I spend hours editing a post or a reel and it doesn't get that many views and that many likes, I do get a little discouraged. And then when that happens consistently, it's kind of hard. So, but the thing is that is a rut and I have to keep going because, you know, there's success on the other side of it. So it's just gonna be like so much sweeter, right? Number 2, not everything needs to be perfect. And this could be in like every single thing. For me this month, it was YouTube, where I was editing. I would spend hours editing 10 minutes of footage, and it would be on such minute details that no one else would have picked up on, you know? Just especially me, I was being overcritical on myself, on my video, on everything. So it cannot be perfect. I think it's the imperfection of things that we should kind of, you know, encourage, because life's not perfect. It's impossible for something to be perfect. It's impossible for someone to be perfect. So we just kind of have to embrace that. And actually, like, I feel like that needs to be promoted, because you know what, social media has messed with all of us so much that we think everything's idealized. We try to idolize everything, but that's just not how life works. That's not possible. So not everything needs to be perfect. It's okay if it has some like imperfections in it, some flaws, you know? That's just how everything is and how everyone is. So it's fine. It's fine. You tried your best, you put your best work, that's all that matters. Number 3, the only thing standing between you and your dreams is you. Okay, this one took me a really long time to process, because I was like, no, my life has like other events going on. But you know what? I learned to manage my time. Like, I used to always think, I have school, I have like my own things going on, and yeah, that's true. But you know what? Things are gonna keep happening. Things are gonna keep happening. You're gonna keep experiencing these obstacles because life is happening in the background as well. And like, that's fine. That's fine. Just learn to roll with the punches. Learn to kind of see like, okay, there's this new thing that's come up in my life. How do I adjust it? How do I adjust my life? How do I adapt to this? And that is how you're gonna be able to achieve your dreams, because once you manage your time like that, you will be able to also, you know, allocate time that can be used to achieve your dreams, basically. You know, like for me, it was just like, okay, how am I supposed to sit down, film, and then also spend time editing? And the thing is, the truth is, it's hard because I have other things going on. But like, you know what? I will adjust my schedule accordingly. Yes, like not everything can be like, if I'm filming on a Tuesday, but I have an exam on Tuesday, I won't be able to film. You know, like I'll move filming to Wednesday. So you have to keep, every week you might have to adjust your schedule like that, but it's okay because you got this. You know you best. You know your schedule best. And that's all that matters. You'll be chilling then, you know? And imposter syndrome is so real. I spent years doing nothing, just in my head, thinking, oh, I can't do this. I am not built for this. No. That is another slippery slope. That is another like hole you're digging for yourself. Imposter syndrome is so real and it's so prevalent, unfortunately. But you know what? We're gonna move past it. We're gonna change and reframe our thoughts. We're gonna change our internal dialogue, because you got this. If you can dream it, you can do it. If you can think about it, if you can imagine yourself doing it, you got it. It is there for a reason. Yeah, that's my recap for the month of March. Pretty intense month. Pretty cool month, I would say. It has changed my direction for 2025. I would definitely say this was kind of a pivotal month where I refocused my thoughts, I refocused myself, and I just started focusing on things that I like to do. I started giving attention and time and energy to things that I want to do, things that kind of feed into my energy and make me happy, you know? So I do think that this was kind of a pivotal month. Hopefully results come as well. You know, I am pretty new at YouTube, and just this year I started taking social media really seriously with consistency and everything. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I hope you got something out of it as well. Please comment down below. Let me know how your month was, how March went for you. And yeah, like and subscribe. Follow my socials. They are listed below in the description below. And check out the podcast as well. And if you made it this far, I love you already. And yeah, I will see you in the next video.